Okay, this will be a very short video on the repair of a toaster. This is a Toastmaster D777B, but that's not really going to matter. The problem with this toaster is one of the filaments snapped, and it snapped right at the spot when it wraps around on one side of the mica board to the other side. It was the one which was down 3 from the top here. And what you can see is the third one down, you can see how it's been pulled out. And that's because I took it from where it was snapped, I pulled it back and then fed it through that hole to get it to the other side of the board. Reason being, if you can see here now, I'll try to get enough light on here. If you look at where it comes through the hole, I then fed it down. Yeah, trouble with lighting, but to the spot where it would have wrapped around the board. And at that spot, what I did was I just tucked it. Okay. I tucked it under the filament because that filament was pressed against the mica board because of the little hook on the end where it snapped. I just tucked it under there. That establishes the electrical connection. And with that, now, you'll see the electrical circuit is complete. And now this side of the toaster will work. Before, that entire middle board was out. Okay, so we were limited to using the other side only, which was also working okay, but no big deal. That one was working fine. Now this one on this side seems to be working fine. Although over the years my wife complains that it's not as hot as it used to be. We end up having to put the controls all the way to the max. Now, in honesty, I actually took this whole thing apart before I realized that it was broken there. Then I went on the internet, found someone who had described exactly what I did, which is to say, to take the broken piece and somehow wrap it, or in this case I tucked it, because I found a spot where the wire was tight to the board. And then I ended up having to put everything back together again. Okay, fine, no problem. Not a part of this video because this repair could have been done without taking this apart. It was only slightly easier with this apart. This little metal shield was off, but the access to that little spot was about more or less almost exactly the same. Okay, just a little hint, little tip on fixing a toaster.